Okay, we will test now this Thinkdiag2 on this Touareg. I haven't used Thinkdiag2 in a while, so I want to see if it will be able to handle this car, which is pretty hard to scan. A lot of control modules, so we can check how the Thinkdiag2 will do. So let's connect the device to our OBD port. I'm not sure if I have to download software, probably yes. Even auto search software I don't have, so I will probably have to download Volkswagen as well, but let's try it. Unable to recognize VIN, manually input. Okay, I will just select car brand. No, it detected it is Volkswagen just now, and now it is updating Volkswagen automatically. Okay, so it was able to find VIN number. I will select Volkswagen. Okay, now I am inside. If you are looking for a new OBD2 scanner but you don't know which one is the best, go on my website. I have tested literally about 200 different OBD2 scanners, and there you can find a list of best tools in every category possible. So we have status report, so this is like health report. System scan, we can scan every system in car, but same thing I can do with status report when it is detecting fault codes. System selection, so we can go inside one single system, for example transmission. This is information about control module, and apparently there will be a lot of options for each control module. So we can read information, we can read DTCs, so this is reading only from transmission, but we don't have any faults. We can read the data stream, we can just do select all. I'm not even sure what I want to look at, but it can pull out data stream for every control module. And you can even do graphs. So this data will also update in real time. Like here we have selector P, so if I change it, it will update in data as well. Then we could also read freeze frame data. So freeze frame data is same thing like this live data, but it is not updated in real time. It is tied to fault codes. So if I have fault, which I don't have, but if I had fault in transmission, for some faults you will also see freeze frame data. So I would see temperature of my transmission or RPM, engine speed, vehicle speed, bunch of data from exact time when fault code was stored inside fault code memory. But we don't have any. Then we have actuation tests. And on VAC cars, on older VAC cars like this is 2005, when we are doing bidirectional tests, you cannot choose what you want to test. You have to do this whole sequence. So this will do all bidirectional tests inside transmission module, one by one. So now it is testing switch. And maybe that's it. Yeah, I think it is just 2 of these tests inside transmission. Later we can go inside some other module and there will be more tests. But then also what you can do in each module is these basic settings. So this is OEM VAC feature, and this scanner actually supports these OEM features like coding, basic settings, adaptations. So even when you connect to some specific OBD2 system like VAC OBD2 system is really specific, this generic scanner can give you even these OEM options. Like here, system basic settings after repairs including kickdown learning. Or then we have also coding, access permission. So sometimes you need to input this password to get inside coding. These passwords you can find it online when you watch some VCDS or OBD11 guides. For specific guides, if you need this access permission, there also will be included login code, which you can input here. And then you would go inside coding. Okay, there is not coding 2 for this module, but there is this simple coding and online secure login. So it can also help me bypass some of the protections of VAC cars. Very advanced tool. This is basically same options like you would have in something like VCDS, which is dedicated to VAC only, but this scanner works for almost every car brand and also including these OEM features. But now let's go back to these options. We also have common special function. But not all of them will be for my car, because when you see these common special features, usually they input commonly used features for single brand, so it is for every Volkswagen. So not all of them will be for my Touareg, or then some scanners will pull out common special features for a single model, like Touareg of this generation, but including all engines. So there are some procedures only for gasoline engines, there are some procedures only for diesel engines, so not all of this I can use. For example here, DPF regeneration. I have diesel, but I have engine type without DPF filter. Then we have also online functions, online coding. So let's say I am replacing control module. For example, I replace transmission control module and I need new code for that module. So in that case, I would use this online coding. See, now it is downloading files for my car. Check this out. For example, if I want to code transmission, here we have few options to choose from. And then going back, last option on this main screen is maintain information. And here we can find information about special functions. For example, here something with instruments. Okay, so this is information to use coding. So if I want to customize some settings, I can do it in codings, and this is basically like it's telling me what each digit will do if I change it inside this whole code. Then we have channel information. So VAC Cars has these channels for live data, basic settings, adaptations, and some scanners will just ask you like input channel number you want to look at, but there are a lot of channels and none of us has them memorized. So in that case you can either Google, or with scanner like this you can check directly inside your diagnostic tool. For example, transmission, basic settings. There was only one here, but let's check some other module. For example, instrument cluster. See here I have a bunch of channel explanations, which is pretty useful for these VAC cars, but this maintain information probably they are included for other car brands as well. Okay, now we can go ahead and we can try this status report. It will go over all control modules, so we can see which faults we have. Okay, so we are almost finished. Almost 15 minutes of scanning. Took a long time, but that is kind of expected. On this Touareg, every scan tool takes really long time, because it is not easy to scan car. But we were able to scan all modules. Now we have list of fault codes, so we have a lot of faulty control modules. 10 modules with fault and 8 modules without fault. And now I can either clear faults from every system, but maybe I will need those codes later, so first I will do report. So this will take my car information, all fault codes, and it will generate diagnostic report. Here we have list of fault codes in every modules, and then I can also check faults inside each system separately. And you can even use this Thinkdiag2 if you don't know what some of fault codes means. So for example, this fault code, parking aid control module, I can use this Thinkdiag2, and after a few seconds it should give me description of fault codes and also some diagnostic steps I can take to fix it. So this is description of our fault code. We have meaning, explanation, common symptoms, and even step-by-step diagnostic and repair guide. And this is basically like the whole article to help me solve this, which is very cool. Or then I can even do AI analysis of the whole car. I haven't actually used that before, so let's try it, what it will tell me. Okay, so it has done analysis. Check it out. Diagnostic report summary. We have a lot of electrical issues. There might be underlying problems with the vehicle's battery alternator ground. Makes sense, now I have connected battery charger, so it can kind of trigger maybe some fault codes. Then we have most critical faults. So pretty good analysis of my whole car based on fault codes. And I think this will get better over time. And in future it will also take into consideration live data in every module and also other information it can pull up, and then it would compare it to other cars and give me even better analysis and suggestions on where are my problems hiding. But already it feels useful and it will only get better over time. And then with this report, You can also make PDF. Here is generating PDF, and then you can save it or send it. And then if I want, I can also clear all fault codes here. But I don't need to do that right now. We can rather enter some different module and check some options. Let's do this body module. Here we have even more options. Before we were in transmission and there weren't adaptations, but here we have adaptations as well. Adaptations in VAC cars are used to change some settings and also for some service resets, but not inside this module. Here we have only two adaptations, for example, comfort, turn signals. So this is like coding new features. Now we have 5 blinks for comfort turn signals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can also adjust these settings. So I can do, let's say, 3 blinks. Wait, it is saved now. Oh, here, save, save. Adaptation success. And now it will blink only 3 times. 1, 2, 3, finish. So with scanner like this, you can also do some unlocking of hidden features. What features you can change and unlock? There are more features I can unlock, but inside this module, for adaptation, it is only this comfort turn signals. But then in each module, you can also unlock some features with this coding. So these are different options, and coding value is the sum of the individual options. And then all of this stuff you can do inside module. Of course, here will look different. Like before we were in transmission module, but here I am in different module. This is body module. So all of these menus apply now only to body module. So I can read body module faults. Here we can also check some freeze frame. Maybe there will be freeze frame data for one of the codes, but no, this should be red, I think. Yeah, no support freeze frame. So we don't have freeze frame for any of these faults. Wait, let's go inside engine, maybe there. Engine electronics. For engine codes, we should see at least some faults with freeze frame attached. So read DTC. No freeze frame. Or maybe I have to go through freeze frame. Okay, here we have freeze frame. So it doesn't need to be in red. It is always in white. But here, check this out, like this throttle actuator control, this fault code freeze frame, and these are the data when the fault happened. So this fault happened right when I turn on key, because it is still 0 RPM, so engine was off. Also, freeze frame data can be sometimes good indicator of faked odometer. Check this out, freeze frame data 494,000, and we have only 250,000 on the dash. Because I was testing a bunch of scanners and I also tried mileage correction with one of scanners, but this is just temporary. And yeah, so now I am inside engine module. So like I was saying, every module comes with different options. For example, if I go to basic settings, read by list, here we have some more options. We could do some basic settings, let's say for EGR valve, charge pressure control, fuel supply, pump activation. These are usually done after I change, so if I would change my EGR or clean it, then I can use these basic settings to kind of adapt new values. Long adaptation. This should be same like adaptation. Yeah, here, for example, we can code our injectors, DPF replacement, something with immobilizer. So very advanced tool. So with Thinkdiag2, it is same like professional scanner. You have everything you need. You have full system access, bidirectional testing, OEM features like coding for, if I go to VAC car, I have coding. In another vehicles like, let's say Toyota, I also have coding. So scanner is packed with different softwares for a lot of different car brands to give you even those OEM features. Only negative of this scanner, because it is functioning very well. I'm using Thinkdiag2 for 3 or 4 years now. And only con is really high subscription, because subscription is like 100 per year. Now, if there weren't some other options, I would gladly pay 100 for 1 year, because it is definitely worth it for this scanner. But now we have different options, so it makes more sense to just buy tablet for about 350, and then you have either free lifetime updates or 3 years of free updates. So it will be cheaper in the long run, and also tablet scan tools are easier to sell. So for example, if you are against subscription, and you want a device with very similar software, you can do something like Kinkball and K7 or Mucar V07. Thinkcar, Mucar, Kinkball and Dollarfix, they share same software, so you will have basically same thing if you buy some of these tablet scan tools from these brands. I have literally tested hundreds of different OBD2 scanners, and I run the best OBD2 scanner website. There you can find best OBD2 scanners for literally every category. You can see real procedures done with the scanner, you can see scanner reviews. Anything related to OBD2 scanners you can find at my website iamkareker.com, and even download free PDF guides like this.